Healthy Mind study on college student mental health, it found that 44% of students reported symptoms of depression, 37% reported anxiety disorders, and 15% reported having seriously considered suicide in the past year, which is the highest recorded rate in the history of the 15-year survey. So to really understand this, we decided to talk to the students themselves.
My name is Diego Alzamora. My major is engineering physics. I'm a freshman here.
My name is Antonio Grasso. I'm currently a computer science major. I'm currently just starting my freshman year.
So yeah, it probably because I procrastinated and I do all my shit last minute. I do all my stuff last minute and it's like really bad and I get a bad grade.
As far as my mental health, I guess is the way you would put it, I would say I feel alright. I don't exactly have time in my day to do everything I would necessarily want to, I would say, most days. So I guess I feel a little overworked, but I wouldn't say I'm gonna throw myself off a bridge or anything like that.
It actually is a lot of work, and I just been feeling hella depressed because it's just so much work that's just drowning me, and I just feel so depressed right now. It's just non-stop.
My workload is moderate to heavy most days, I would say. 2 to 3 hours of homework or work projects type stuff a night.
I had more support for students in their classes. The teacher should I don't know, ask them, or if they see they're struggling in a class, ask them if they need extra help outside of class or in class. Overall just more academic support.
As far as what the school could do to make things better, stress-wise, mental health, all that, I would say just the biggest thing is the amount of work we have to do in our free time. Just because a lot of days with everything I need to do in a day, going to the gym, eating, doing all that, important maintaining homeostasis stuff, I find I don't really have time to do the stuff I that helps me relax with my workload. So maybe just more so, maybe even increasing the classroom instruction time and just decreasing the amount of time we need to do work on our own time would kind of help, I would say.
After talking to the students at UMass Lowell, we decided to talk to a professional as well.
Hello, my name is Dr. Rachel Gould. I am a high school history, social studies teacher, and I've been doing that for 24 years. I have a master's degree in clinical psych from Harvard and a PhD in adolescent behavioral developmental psych and psych ed from Boston University. So I see a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression. They're very popular choices. The real problem that I'm seeing post-COVID is a lot of learned helplessness, where students have found that they can get by cheating, and then they didn't learn a lot of foundational skills, so then they very much struggle when those foundations are not there, and because they didn't learn some basic math stuff, they're now really anxious about pre-calc or calculus. I see a lot of that. or students who didn't really learn how to write very well and are now very much struggling with that. I do see a lot of stress and anxiety about the cost of college, different economic stuff coming up, and that's very understandable. I also think that a lot of students are turning to social media instead of developing close friendships. Then again, I just also been in touch with a lot of students who just started college and are anxious and sad and wanting to transfer. And I don't know that transferring is necessarily going to fix their mental health. But it's also really hard to find counselors. And yeah, well, that's sort of a bleak landscape that I've painted there. Well, what can colleges do and high schools do to help students with their stress? That's a really great question. I think this is something that's being discussed a lot right now, and I haven't seen any great solutions. A lot of people are talking about things like in high school, reducing the homework, reducing the reading expectations. And I don't think that's necessarily gonna reduce the stress, because that reduces the skill set, reduces the preparation level. But I think educating students on sleep and making it easier to sleep, or more socially acceptable to get long chunks of sleep, not just a power nap, is a good path to reducing anxiety. But what we really need to do is make therapy more accessible, less stigmatized. Everyone should begin therapy, and those who say that they don't need therapy need it the most.
Mental health has become a more serious discussion over the past few years, and we still need to actively work on combating the stereotypes surrounding it and make people feel like they can talk about their own.